Hello, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World sort of tutorial and guide videos. So today we're going to be talking about Venture and the best way and fastest way to level up getting Venture XP to get all of those fantastic rewards like we can see at the top there for sort of Legendary Perk, overcharges for survivors, heroes, weapons and traps. Those are the key things to be able to get your power level in the main game above that 131 cap. So there's basically three ways, or two ways really, to get Venture XP. So obviously playing your Venture missions gets you XP. No matter which level you do, you're going to get XP, but certain missions will give you more XP. I'll cover that in a second, but first off, we go into our quests and then go to Venture Challenge quests. You need to make sure that you are keeping an eye. You don't have to do them all straight away. You don't have to fully focus on these, but make sure you are keeping an eye on these. And, if it's something like killing with an assault rifle, just next time you go into a mission, just load your loadout with all assault rifles and, you'll get it done. Look out for key missions. There's been many times where I've got to build a radar, but there's just not a mission to do one in for God knows how long. Or do a specific mission, it doesn't turn up, so you can't always do them straight away. But this is a great way to get loads of XP, because if you look at these challenges for this sort of top area, they are giving 18,000 XP for Venture there. And then if we go to these missions on ones that have alerts, they are giving the same sort of thing. So by doing those challenges, you're basically doing an extra mission but without having to do it, and they're super easy to do for the most part, so definitely focus on those. Now, that brings me to the second method, which is mission alerts. So when you're doing missions in here, you generally don't want to be doing missions like this, where it's just a bog standard mission. The rewards on the left, you can see it just says Venture XP. There's no specific amount. Whereas if I go to an alert here, you can see you get the Venture XP at the bottom as well. So you're getting what you do for playing the mission, but you also get that bonus 14,850, or when you get to the very top, 18,000 Venture XP. That is way more than you're going to get for playing the mission itself, just as bog standard. So, unless you need to do one of these missions without, alerts for a certain quest, like for example, there's one for taking out nature, fire, and water husks. Those are a lot easier to do in these, because in the alerts, it's Christmas, it's snowy, all of the husks are watery, because Fortnite and Epic Games just don't care about the challenge they made. So you'll have to go into those to do them, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, as long as you're not needing to do it for a challenge, definitely only do these mission alert challenges. Now, when you do them, on most of them, so obviously on encampments you can't do this, for example, on build the radar grid you can't do this, but on a mission like defend the objective, so refuel home base, retrieve the data, repair, evacuate, get the presents potentially, and ride the lightning. On all of these missions you can upgrade the difficulty in the game for blue glow. To get it to the maximum you need 12 blue glow. Blue glow. Hello, that rhymes. So first off, you put 1 in to get the difficulty to go from 1 player to 2 player, then you put in 2, I believe, to go from 2 player to 3 player, and so on, all the way up to 4++. And that gives you an insane amount of XP compared to just playing the level normally. And honestly, it's not that much harder. I don't believe it really spawns much more enemies. It just makes them a higher power level slightly. And I can't remember the exact number, but I was playing a mission that was for example, 32, and the enemies were top 30s, or 40, which isn't that much higher really. So definitely when you're doing these missions, collect blue, go around the map. Obviously, if it's a mission like resupply or encampments, you can't do this. But those are missions that you can do super quick anyway. But yeah, in the defend objective missions, definitely go out, search for blue glow. Obviously, try to speak to your teammates if they're eager to play. You can just be like, can you just let me level this up? We'll get more Venture XP, and do as much as you can. Obviously, the goal would be 4++, the very top. But if you can't be bothered getting that last little blue glow, as much as you can will give you more XP. And then finally, the third method, which kind of links in a little bit, but I'm treating it as its own method because I can do what I want. It's my channel, leave me alone. We have the 4-player missions. Now, these are already, technically like leveled up to the max, right? The only difference here is when you look at the rewards, you'll see 2 times Venture XP on the left, whereas one of the normal missions is just a single. I don't think you can get higher than 2 times Venture XP, but you can get some other really nice, rewards, like 4 times lightning a bottle there. So, you're hitting 2 birds with one stone here. It's basically just naturally doing what we do on the standard missions with the blue glow, increasing the difficulty. But we don't actually have to do anything. It does it for us. The only difference here is they're going to spawn a lot more enemies. You're going to get wider spawns, more frequent spawns, as well as those enemies being a higher level. So, for example, if you do a 144 player, the enemies are going to be power level 160. Whereas if you just level up with blue glow, I think they might be the same 160, but you won't get anywhere near as many enemies. So it is harder. I wouldn't recommend soloing it unless you are really good with making trap tunnels, because you're going to need them. You're not going to be able to do that with a gun, trust me. You can try, and then let me know how badly it goes. But yeah, you're going to need at least 2 people. It'd be good to have a base, and then potentially maybe like a teddy just to throw in there, or 2 bases would also be, work very well. Just all constructor build would be beautiful. Obviously, the ideal scenario would be having 4 players. The game's a little bit dry, so my recommendation in general is when you're doing Venture, try log on at peak times, sort of dinner time, tea time. I don't know what you guys call it, but basically the evening, right? So, I'd say between like 5 and 8 p.m. Whether you're America or Europe or wherever you are, generally that time in your area will have the most people on, because obviously people are home from work, they're not in bed yet, this is when they're going to be playing. It's the best time to do it. You can play at other times, obviously. Just bear in mind that you might not be able to do the 4-player missions. And one last thing to note is that once you have done a mission with, a mission alert, that reward goes away. So for this one, the 18,000 Venture XP that you get for doing this mission will go away once you've done it. Those refresh every day, but obviously that leaves a limit to how many you can do. What you can do though, if you want, is once you've done a mission alert, go to one of these standard missions. The one without an alert, it will be a lot easier because you don't have like enemies healing themselves, going through metal a lot easier, stuff like that. But you can still level it up with blue glow to max level and get huge Venture XP. I believe the 4-player missions you can rinse and repeat potentially. At least you get the double Venture XP anyway. But they are going to be a bit harder, so I would personally recommend doing, the ones once if you're playing it that much that you've gone through all of the daily mission alerts for that day. Go to one of the non-mission alerts, level it up with blue glow, and there you go. So yeah, there you go. I haven't even played that much this Venture season, if I'm honest. I just come on for my dailies for the most part, and I'm nearly max level on it. So just some words help, please. Some guidance and expertise, I guess. Recommendations on how you should play Venture if you have in the past struggled, to level up, that sort of thing. One thing to bear in mind is that you can use your own trap schematics, so you can build these in the levels. So bear that in mind when you get to the higher levels. You can use all of your god tier, traps. you can use all of these. You can't craft weapons, but you can craft traps, and traps are way better than weapons anyway. So get those bad boys built. But yeah, there you go. That's how you do Venture. I'll see you in the missions, I guess. But yeah, I really appreciate you watching this video. I really do hope it helped. If it did, if you were able to level up like you have never leveled up before, please let me know in the comments and send me just a quick thank you, and obviously subscribe for more content. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.